Hey guys, in the kitchen here to make a quick cabbage rolls for dinner tonight, and I thought I'd show you this. It's been a dreary afternoon and I've had a few thoughts of some different yummy things that I haven't made for a while, and I thought I'll set my camera up and give you some new inspo. If you've got a cutter, then you can follow along. If you don't have a cutter, you need to get one of these babies. It's a game changer. It just makes light work. I've just smashed down some cabbage here, sliced that. That would have taken 3 times as long as it did to just zip it up. Obviously, if you've got a food processor, good for you. If you've got a Thermomix and you'd like to turn it into a food processor, then the cutter is the accessory that you must have. And we've got a couple of ways of getting it. If you are still deciding to buy a Thermomix, this week is a great time to get it, because we do have a bonus gift with purchase, and I haven't done this before, where you can grab one of these babies as yours with your beautiful Thermomix. And it is a highly sought after item, you know, it's close second to our second bowl lid blade promo, which doesn't happen very often either. So if you are a customer and you do have your Thermomix but you don't have a cutter, there's an opportunity to host. And as a host, if you want to get hold of, you can get a discounted cutter. If you've got a friend that's interested and they purchase at your demo, you get a chance to get one for free. So that's a pretty good deal with the $219 worth of value. And you can have a chat with me. We can even do an online visual virtual cooking class. So I've just sliced up. There's two different settings. There's slicing and there's grating. I've just sliced up, so I will show you what I've been doing there. Just on slicing, we've got to thick or thin. Now I have featured the cutter before on my channel, so you can look back and find you do a range of most vegetables that you would do from day to day. Okay, just pop my onion on there. Now the most exciting recipe, I think, would have to be the potato bake. I've said this before, we don't do a lot of potato, but when we do, I love making potato bake, and I love it in the Thermomix because it's just so quick and simple. All right, there's my sliced onion. So that was quick, no tears. You see that there? All right, I might just give this a rinse. I've just done those things. They're all going to go in my cabbage rolls, which is what I'm making for dinner tonight. This is a nice, simple little dish if you're wanting to just change up from a stir fry and a curry. I love these because we often buy a cabbage and you get those lovely big outer leaves. So I've saved a few of those. Got those all saved up here, some red and some green. Depends, if you buy your cabbage and you cut it in half, you're only going to get a few off the outside, of course. So I'm going to steam those just lightly with the jugs. I might just put that on and then show you the wrapping and the rolling, which is pretty straightforward. I'm going to change over now from slicing to grating. And I'm just going to do my carrot and zucchini. So let's just go over to, I'm going to change it here, the modes, into grating. I'd slice for a stir fry if I was going to do a Thai stir fry or something, but because I'm going to actually put it in my cabbage rolls, I'm going to grate it. Let's grate it thick. Okay, I've also got in the back Thermomix, some chicken that I've just steamed. We've got a great recipe called poached chicken, so if ever you just want to steam up a little bit of chicken to do for lunches, it's a nice easy one. There's my thickly grated carrot. I'll show that to you in a minute. I'll finish up with the zucchini. Nicely grated, put that on there. Done a few ingredients because I always find after I've wrapped and rolled a cabbage roll, I might throw the rest into a coleslaw, which is what I'm going to do using the inserts. I'll show you that. Using the middles of my cabbage. Just going to rinse this out. One more thing before I'm done with the slicer. And next to making my potato bake, which is one of my favourites, in the slicer cutter, I love slicing apples. So if you're a fan of homemade apple pie, I've made even the crumble. You know, there's a bit of slicing going on when you do your apples, so I've just got my apples. I've just cut them in half and cored them, so that makes life easy to then pop them in here. Okay, I'm just going to do them thick. Break them in half if they're too fat. So they were just apples left in my fridge. You know how they get a bit soft in your fruit bowl and you chuck them in the fridge for a later day. So now I've just got beautifully sliced apple, done quick and simple. I actually made a sourdough discard pie the other day at friends around, and it was really lovely. So this is just one way to smash up your apples quick smart. And of course, where's my lid gone? It's juicy. Pop that under there. So that makes life quick and simple. If you love your apple pies, apple crumble can be done this way. Steamed, you can steam them. There's an apple tea cake recipe which I love, and where you make your batter and you just put your apples all over the top. So give that a try. If you're going to put them aside and not use them straight away, of course you'll need just to squeeze a lemon to make sure they don't go too brown. Okay, put that aside. Okay, so over here is my poached chicken. So I've just popped the chicken into the basket, and that's just cooked for 15 minutes. Usually find that you've got some juices there, which is fine to put in a jar and use up for a broth. Add, you know, to a soup. Never waste anything. Okay, so let's get on to these cabbage rolls. So if you just have a big bowl and boil the jug, you just want to soften these little babies. I'll just do one and then you can imagine going on from there. Little cabbage rolls. There's a couple of ways if you like them raw. It's a bit like your rice paper rolls. I just find, you know, I avoid extra carbs where I can, and that the cabbage is just offering you another healthy alternative. So just give it a couple of minutes in there. Might need to take off the ends because this one's quite thick. Just give that a bit of a roll. In the water, take your chicken. Slice your chicken. You can pan fry this if you want to. And you could also stir fry these veggies if you wanted to just pop your onion in and soften that up a little. You could do that. Just give them a quick stir fry in some sesame oil. I've got a nice dipping sauce that's also on my YouTube channel elsewhere. Okay, so there you go. There's one softened cabbage. So you just want to wrap and roll these in whatever, like you would, I said, a rice paper roll. Pop some carrot, pop some zucchini, a little bit of chicken, some onion. I don't know if you can see this. And then it's just rolling it. Okay, just do a little roll. Right, so there's a roll. And what I do now is I just pop that in my pan. I've got that cooking over there. And give it a quick cook off. Just want your heat on low. There goes my first little oil to go for the next one. Nice and hot. So I just do a few of those babies, and then that one's quite fat, so See, it's quite thick and chunky. So it depends on the size of your cabbage and depends on the choice of cabbage. So you've usually got that softer cabbage, which I tried to get, obviously not in season at the moment. So but these thicker, I think they are the Savoy. But yeah, you can get like an Asian type of cabbage and it's really light and they work much better. So if you get yourself set up with the larger leaves, you could do a half a dozen of those, load them up, wrap and roll them, pop them in the pan, just lightly fry them off. As I say, you can include frying the veggies to start with, and then you just want to make up a lovely little sauce for dipping. So even if you want to use sweet chili sauce, that's a quick and easy one to go to. But then I love, my favorite is a lime and kaffir lime leaf and garlic fish sauce, which I've got somewhere here on the channel. I'll try and include a link. And that's a really yummy sort of Vietnamese flavored dressing that goes well with these cabbage rolls. So there's just an idea for you, something a bit different. Of course, using the cutter, and I've got apples now to make a nice apple dessert. So I hope that inspires you. Give me a tingle if you are interested in getting your hands on a cutter and you'd like to get in that time to host, get a discounted cutter. Otherwise, if you're ready to buy, now's a great time. So let me know and keep on thermomixing.